You feel like no matter how hard you try, you're still struggling just to keep your head above water. You studied seriously, you work consistently, you spend carefully, you save whatever you can, yet it still feels like you're not truly moving forward. If you've ever wondered why some people seem to break through so quickly while you remain stuck in place, or why in this era hard work alone no longer seems to be enough, then you are not alone. The truth is, the way people build wealth has changed. The world of 2026 no longer rewards blind persistence. It rewards those who understand how money actually works and are willing to change the way they think. Today's podcast is here to help you see a clearer path forward. Building wealth in 2026 no longer follows old routines. It requires a new mindset and a new direction. And along the way, you'll begin to understand why the familiar formulas of the past no longer deliver the results they once did. Welcome to Unsaid Truths, where we explore the realities society rarely talks about. So what is the world asking you to change? It's demanding new ways of generating income that are more concrete, more realistic, and most importantly, a clear action map for those starting from zero, starting today. But before we go deeper, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss opportunities to sharpen your thinking and financial awareness. And try to stay until the end of this episode, because the final section lays out a practical action plan specifically for beginners. No large capital required. No special connections, just the willingness to step forward and learn. The first truth may feel uncomfortable. The old paths to wealth are slowly losing their power. Do well in school, get a job at a big company, save consistently, buy a home, and retire safely. It sounds familiar, doesn't it? That formula worked for a previous generation. In a world that was more stable, less volatile, and less globally competitive, it made sense. But that was 10 or 20 years ago. So what about 2026? Academic success is no longer a unique advantage. Working for a large organization no longer guarantees long-term security. Layoffs and replacements can happen at any time. Hard work alone is no longer as effective as knowing how to use the right tools and frameworks. Even disciplined saving can be quietly eroded by inflation. In short, the old formula no longer produces the same outcomes. And the real danger is that many people continue following it on autopilot without questioning whether it still works. Consider a simple example. One person works in technology, earns a stable income, shows up every day, and sets aside a portion of their earnings each month. After many years, they accumulate some savings, yet their life remains tightly bound to work and ongoing financial pressure. Another person with a similar background spends that same time learning how to create digital products such as templates, courses, or ebooks. At first, the income is modest and passive, but over time, as systems improve, that income grows without requiring more hours or more effort. The result is clear. One person continues trading time for stability, constantly managing expenses. The other, by understanding leverage and systems, works less but more intelligently, gaining freedom and control in a changing world. Now consider another example. One person invests all their resources into property far from economic centers, hoping for long-term appreciation. Years pass and the asset remains difficult to sell and produces little to no cash flow. Another person with the same starting resources invests in building a small team to create AI-powered content, launching a YouTube channel and a digital content system. Within about a year, that system begins generating consistent monthly income and continues to grow. The issue is not how much money you have, it's how you use it. That's why traditional wealth-building methods are losing effectiveness. First, the world is shifting from manual labor skills toward creative and digital skills. Second, low-interest environments combined with high inflation steadily weaken traditional savings. Third, technology evolves so quickly that those who fail to update themselves are left behind. And fourth, digital assets are becoming central. Those who understand early and adapt quickly gain an advantage. So, what should you do now? If you're still holding on to the idea that saving is everything, that working hard alone will eventually be rewarded, that staying safe is enough, then, unfortunately, you're placing yourself at a disadvantage. It's time to step away from outdated thinking and move from accumulation toward value creation. Assets today are not just houses or land. They include skills, digital platforms, business thinking, and systems that compound over time. In short, it's not that you lack ability, it's that you're applying a mindset from the early 2000s to a completely different world in 2026. This brings us to the next section. The world now demands a new way of thinking. No one can navigate new terrain using an old map, and you can't rely on 20-year-old money habits to thrive today. The shift isn't gradual, it's fundamental. Technology now changes monthly, not yearly. Global markets are wider, and competition is fiercer than ever. A single creator who understands digital tools and systems can now out-earn a small business or someone who spent a decade in a traditional career. Change is no longer something on the horizon. It's happening right now, every single day. So what does a new mindset actually look like? To make it practical and easy to apply, we can break it down into 4 core principles. First is the mindset of speed. Slow means losing. In the past, you could move slowly, and if you were diligent enough, you still had a chance to catch up. But in today's world, if you don't act quickly, even people with less experience can surpass you simply by using digital tools and modern ways of thinking. For example, one person believes learning video editing will take months before they can produce anything usable. Another believes that with today's software, a few days is enough to create a first product. While one is still hesitating, the other already has multiple videos, their first clients, and has begun generating income. Speed doesn't mean being reckless or rushing blindly. It means starting when you're about 70% ready and refining the rest as you learn by doing. Second is the mindset of creativity. Different is what wins. The world is flooded with people doing the same things in the same ways. If you only perform at an average level, you are easily replaceable. But if you approach things differently and add a personal signature, you create your own position. Instead of writing dry, generic sales content, tell your real story. Instead of teaching strictly from rigid curricula, create short, engaging, easy-to-understand video lessons. Instead of just selling products, build a community around ideas and values you truly believe in. This doesn't require you to be an artist or a public figure. It only requires the courage to try, to fail, and to learn quickly from mistakes. Third is the mindset of assets. Don't focus only on earning money. Focus on creating things that continue to generate money. The old model was simple: work, earn, spend, repeat. The new model is to work in order to create products that can be sold repeatedly and generate long-term income. A short video that teaches a useful skill can lead to a course. A well-structured ebook can be sold to thousands of people without starting from zero each time. A set of AI-generated visuals can be distributed across platforms and earn daily revenue. The asset mindset is about understanding that what you create today, if properly digitized and systemized, can support you for years to come. Fourth is the mindset of leverage through collaboration. Going alone may be fast, but going together is what allows you to go far. The world of 2026 is no longer a race of isolated individuals. It is a game of strong communities, people who connect, share, and support one another's growth. You can join learning groups, exchange knowledge, connect with people whose skills complement yours, and build small teams to create products together and share value. For example, someone who writes well, combined with someone who shoots video, and someone who builds websites, can create a small business from nothing. Collaboration helps you avoid isolation, reduce mistakes, and move forward with more stability and clarity. In short, the world does not require you to be perfect from the beginning. It only asks that you open yourself to a new way of thinking and start acting with a mindset of continuous learning. If you keep telling yourself that you're not skilled enough, not wealthy enough, or that you need capital before you begin, then you are slowly falling behind every single day. But if you begin to shift your thinking, even slightly, you'll start to notice new doors opening. Now let's move on to the next section, the trends shaping asset creation in the era of Industry 4.0, from artificial intelligence to digital assets. In previous generations, assets were understood as gold, land, homes, or physical possessions. Today, assets can be a video, an online course, or a digital design. This is an era where even a single smartphone can become a tool for creating value and income. So what are assets in this new era? Assets are no longer limited to physical things. The most valuable resources today are structured knowledge, the content you create, and the digital tools you own or know how to use effectively. In other words, modern assets are anything that can be replicated, distributed, and generate income without requiring your constant presence. Here are 5 major trends many people are using to build real assets in 2026. The first is building personal content on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, or podcasts. You don't need to be famous. You only need a small channel with useful content and consistency. From there, income can come from ads, affiliate marketing, digital products, or brand partnerships. A simple knowledge-sharing channel, if built correctly, can establish personal credibility and open multiple long-term income streams. These are scalable assets. The longer you build them, the more stable they become. The second trend is leveraging the power of artificial intelligence. AI doesn't eliminate human opportunity. It replaces those who refuse to learn how to use it. Tools like ChatGPT can help generate content, ideas, video scripts, and sales copy. Image generation tools such as Midjourney or Leonardo AI allow you to create digital visuals that can be distributed across platforms. AI software can also handle voiceovers, subtitles, editing, and production, allowing you to create higher quality digital products at several times the previous efficiency. Those who understand AI often multiply their personal productivity 3 to 5 times without working longer hours. The third trend is creating digital products that can be sold repeatedly, such as ebooks, templates, courses, or utility files. You don't need to be a top expert. Practical experience and real knowledge are enough. If you're good at time management, you can create a productivity tool. If you've successfully changed your lifestyle or improved your health, you can document that journey in an ebook. If you're skilled at presentation design, you can sell slide templates for early career professionals. These products are created once, but can be sold many times. The fourth trend is offering services in packaged or automated formats. If you have skills, you already have leverage. Instead of selling hours, sell predefined service packages. These might include standardized video editing, content rewriting for small businesses, or design packages for online shops. Build a clear service page with examples and simple pricing, allowing clients to choose, pay, and submit requests without constant consultation. This approach reduces repetitive manual work while increasing income capacity. The fifth trend is investing in digital ecosystems and owned platforms. Think of everything you build as part of an asset ecosystem. Short-form content channels attract attention. Community platforms maintain connection. Websites are spaces you truly own. Email lists are long-term value reservoirs. Online groups help nurture and retain your audience. When built early, these platforms create a strong foundation for the future, often without heavy reliance on advertising. In summary, in the modern world, assets are no longer something you buy, they are something you create. And you can begin with what you already know, what you've experienced, and what you're currently learning. A lack of capital is not the real issue. Clarity about what to learn, what to build, and what value to share is what truly matters. Once that becomes clear, the path forward begins to take shape. Next, we move into the mindset of winners, not doing more, but doing what matters. People with low income often believe they must work endlessly to earn more. Those in the middle believe saving is the path to wealth. But those who achieve financial freedom think differently. They focus on doing the right work, at the right time, with the right people, and letting systems and capital work on their behalf. The real difference lies in operational thinking. In the era of Industry 4.0, you can no longer rely solely on raw labor. Instead, you must learn how to operate multiple layers at once, managing cash flow, leveraging tools, managing yourself, and most importantly, managing your focus. These are the foundational mindsets of those who succeed. The first is the mindset of precision over volume. Doing more does not mean doing better. You may see people busy all day, juggling countless tasks, yet producing little real progress by the end of the month. In contrast, some focus on a single well-chosen activity, one that can scale and compound, and build stable growing income from it. The difference is that winners choose high-leverage work that can expand and create long-term value. Rather than repeating small, fragmented tasks, they package their skills and knowledge into products or systems that can be reused many times. The second mindset is depth over breadth. In today's world, you don't need to know everything. You only need to know one thing deeply and serve the right audience with it. If you can create videos using a smartphone, you can offer editing services to sellers. If you're skilled with design tools, you can sell templates or work as a freelancer for small businesses. If you're good at writing product descriptions, you can take on content work for online stores. Winners don't chase every skill available. They choose one core skill, practice it consistently, upgrade it continuously, and monetize it repeatedly. The third mindset is understanding that money comes from systems, not just effort. When you sell time, your income is capped. When you sell individual skills, you're still limited. Only when you build systems, sales systems, content systems, customer support systems, do you begin to break those limits. A simple system might be a clear, weekly content workflow, an automated email sequence to engage interested people, or a dashboard that keeps your work rhythm consistent. Those who build systems can move forward with less strain, even in a volatile world. The fourth mindset is doing fewer things, but making sure each one creates value. People who are constantly busy are often not the ones who go the furthest. Those who prioritize the right activities are the ones who produce exceptional results. Instead of chasing everything, winners say no to work that doesn't matter. They protect key hours of the day for income-generating activities. They understand that a small portion of well-placed effort can create the majority of outcomes. A single piece of high-quality content can generate value for weeks. One well-aligned relationship can be worth more than dozens of scattered connections. One correct mindset can completely alter a person's financial trajectory. In short, successful people don't work more than others. They work smarter, with consistency, discipline, and clear systems, not starting and stopping at random. The modern world does not reward those who are merely busy. It favors those who understand themselves, understand the market, and choose a path they can walk steadily over the long term. This brings us to the next section, Action in 2026. What do you do if you're starting from zero? In truth, where you are right now matters less than where you intend to go, and your willingness to start today. Even if you lack capital, standout skills, or past success, the right mindset allows you to rebuild from the ground up. The real question becomes, where do you begin when you feel like you have almost nothing? The reality is that many people, far more than just you, start with very little money, no exceptional skills, no strong network, and a great deal of uncertainty. The good news is that you don't need all of those things to begin. What you truly need is a clear action map, step by step, day by day, built on the right habits. Here are 3 practical steps to restart with stability in 2026. The first step is resetting your financial mindset. Stop believing that you need large capital to begin. Understand that knowledge, when combined with digital tools, can create entirely new forms of assets. Instead of chasing instant wealth, focus on creating a small, initial income stream. Whenever you catch yourself thinking you have nothing, replace that thought with this: you have a mind, you have time, and you have the ability to learn. The second step is focusing on one core skill and one suitable platform. You don't need to do everything at once. Choose one skill and one place to apply it. If you're good at communicating, share on video or audio platforms. If you're strong in writing, build a blog or work with email content. If you're visually inclined, create and distribute design templates. If you're organized, build tools and systems that help manage work. Once you choose a strength and a platform that fit you, you've secured your first foothold in the digital world. The third step is creating your first digital asset. Within 30 days, that asset doesn't need to be complex. It could be a piece of content sharing personal experience, a spreadsheet you built to manage finances, a knowledge summary turned into a PDF, or a workflow you've tested and refined. Create it. Share it. Listen to feedback. Improve it. You don't need to sell it immediately. Completing the first asset means you've already overcome the hardest part. The distance between having nothing and having more freedom is not luck or starting capital. It's the right mindset paired with small, consistent actions. Small actions, repeated regularly, compound into significant value over time. People don't succeed by doing one massive thing once.
They succeed by staying committed to the right actions for long enough. In short, 2026 is no longer a race of endurance, it's a race of thinking. Those who adapt slowly fall behind, but those who begin today with the right mindset can start later and still go further. If you're still hesitating, choose the smallest action you can take today. Do it for 7 days, then for 30 days. Watch how your direction begins to shift. If you're still listening at this point, congratulations. It means you're not only interested in making money, you want to understand how money flows in the modern world. You've recognized that old thinking no longer works. You've seen how others use systems and digital assets to move ahead. And most importantly, you now have a roadmap to begin again. No matter where you are, now is the time to act. Choose one skill. Choose one platform. Start sharing the value you already have. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. If this podcast brought you value, show your support so it can reach more people like you. Share the insight that resonated most, and subscribe to Unsaid Truths so we can continue this journey together, upgrading mindset, skills, and financial freedom. I'll see you in the next episode, where every minute you listen moves you one step closer to clarity, control, and a more intentional life. Stay sharp, stay proactive, and keep walking your own path.